Yes, hey folks, it's Tim, also known as Faceless, Fat Loss, and Over 40 and Ripped.com. Today's subject matter is a very important one. There won't be any humor in today's video or any of that, which I'm incorporating a lot more into my videos because I have to have more fun on YouTube. This topic is a serious one about fluoroquinolones, the class of antibiotics that can cause a lot of damage, a lot of harm to the human body. I am a first-hand witness experiencer to this, not a witness, a direct experience with both Levaquin and Cipro. The main one for me was Levaquin because that's the very first antibiotic that I was prescribed back in 2005 when I was ill. I was dealing with a situation back in 2005 I'll detail another time. I put a little bit of trust into my doctor because it was a scary thing that I was dealing with to try an antibiotic. I was given no forewarning whatsoever about side effects. Back then in 2005, well, they actually knew since the 1980s, it turns out, how dangerous this class of antibiotic can be, but they have not adequately given notice on the prescriptions via the side effect profiles, nor do the doctors give enough notice to their patients about what these drugs are capable of doing to people. In short, they're capable of ruining your life. Okay, ruining your life. And I would especially welcome hearing from Johnson & Johnson, who are the promoters of Levaquin especially. That's the first drug I took. Within the first day, I was getting worse and more body-wide systemic type symptoms. The second day, I was in even more hell. Called the doctor. They said, stay on it. It's just a matter of time. You're going to get better. Within 2 days, I was in so much misery. 2 days after that. So on the fourth day, I was driving to my doctor's office in 95-degree humid temperatures here in upstate New York with my windows rolled up all the way because I could not get comfortable. I was freezing. I was freezing. I was in my body was shaking. I was a total mess. I couldn't think straight. When I got to the doctor, they simply said, well, that wasn't supposed to happen. That's all I heard. And they said, stop taking the drugs. So I did. And some of the symptoms began to back off and ease away. But here's the story of my life. In mid-2005, I got a little bit sick. It was something I could have managed through diet and through other forms of non-drug therapies. Instead, I chose to place a little bit of trust in my doctor, and it defines my life before Levaquin and my life after Levaquin. Two different things. The latter of which was basically a life of sheer hell for over a year and a half. And that included plugging in more drugs at one point, including Cipro, into this equation, based on still trying to trust what amounted to 8 different doctors. So, what I'm here to say is I have been on a long journey to recover my health since having dealt with what those drugs did to me. What I was dealing with to begin with health-wise was pretty much completely manageable through alternative, healthy modes such as diet, I have come to learn since. But what those drugs did to me, the side effects, the horrendous amount of pain I endured, chronic pain that would not go away no matter what I did, and the subsequent joint issues, etc., etc. I have been able to find basically, I won't say 100% solutions to, but I managed to find my way back to health after about 2 years of suffering, and it was never 100%. It still isn't. To be honest, I'm not 100% right now, but I'm at about a 90% level, and quality of life has completely returned. Things are pretty darn good, and I get times where I'm just about basically 100%. So what this video is about is what I have learned about what these drugs do that are causing these problems. And the two main components that I talk about the most are the candida yeast overgrowth in the body that most any antibiotics will cause to begin with. And then perhaps of even more importance, but that often couples with candida, is the oxalate issue in the diet, because antibiotics can destroy a specific strain of healthy flora in your gut that breaks down oxalate in the diet in your body so that it does not go systemic and cause joint problems. Now, this also is going to tie in, of course, to leaky gut. That's a huge part of what this is about. The other thing I want to bring up here is, if the drug companies know about this, why aren't the doctors informing their patients that if you take this drug, it could ruin and destroy your life? Because a great many people would not take the drug had they had such a warning. Here's why. This is just my opinion, and again, if anyone from Johnson & Johnson wants to argue with me about it, I will welcome the debate. I have studied an awful lot of law over the course of my life. It was a long time passion for me. I understand how the legal and law system works very, very well. And I'm here to tell you that if it came out conclusively that they could prove that these drugs were causing a specific kind of destruction of healthy flora in your gut that led to joint-related problems, this would amount to clear-cut evidence once and for all that this drug causes this effect. There would be no denying it, that it's the kind of evidence that would hold up to any kind of civil suit, and these companies would be shut down in short order based on massive lawsuit settlements. Massive. So they can't allow that to happen. And why can't they allow that to happen? Because if the drug companies in part were shut down to the magnitude that's possible, it would actually impact the economy in a negative way. It's that serious. I'm not commenting further on the politics of it. I'm just saying that this is what's going on. So, the two things that I cover over at maintenancemotions.com are candida, and I'm expanding on oxalate in the diet, also in my free program. And that's where I'm going to end this video, simply to say that the program that I've had out for over 5 years, since 2008, that talks about my body, the low fat levels that you see. I show my body at least 4 times a year so that you can see my progress reports and my fitness level and all that stuff. By the way, look at my shirt. A fun note, a little bit of fun. Anyways, is completely free. My fat loss program is completely free. I don't know how long I'm going to have it free for, but right now that's where it's at. The Faceless Fat Loss program is free. You can read more about that at facelessfatloss.com and get the program. My Over 40 and Ripped program is only $4.99 over at Amazon, and you get the whole program. As far as the antibiotics go, what I want you to explore is candida overgrowth in the body, and then explore the oxalate in the diet. These two components, the sharp oxalate molecule lodging itself in your joints because of the gut permeability that has happened due to the antibiotics destroying so much of the gut flora, in part, that's what causes the gut to break down. That's part of the problem. And then the oxalate, it causes the candida and the oxalate to travel throughout the body and cause joint issues and all sorts of other destruction. So if you can manage the candida issue in your body, lower the fats in your diet for starters, and temporarily reduce a lot of the sugars, certainly none of the refined flours and sugars, none of the refined packaged food products, just get them out of your life. Do my Wolf, look up what Wolf is and what that's all about. I'll give it away, whole organic living foods. And then pay attention to the oxalate levels in various foods, because your body may not be able to deal with them right now because of what antibiotics did to you. And these can help bring your quality of life back up. Hopefully they did for me. They were a huge help. So that's the video for today. I'm going to be doing more and more videos here because my program's kind of free now. And since it's free, I don't care so much about tiptoeing around and being careful about what I say, because I don't want to offend anyone, because I want sales, because this is how I make my living, blah, 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 blah. So if it's free, I'm not making much of a living off it, am I? So I'm not going to care much about what I say. So I will expand upon this more in the very near future. It's a very important topic to me. Thank you so much for watching. Love, happiness, health, and peace.